Hello and welcome back to Gary's Garage, and in this episode I'm going to be doing some preparation on the Anglia for the upcoming street weekend event. Hello, and I've already actually recorded something already with my new camera. For anybody interested, it's a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, but I am still getting to grips with it, and unfortunately some of the settings that I had on it meant that the whole thing was flickering because of, I think, the LED lights. So I've pretty much thrown that footage away, and here we are trying again. And if you're seeing this, that means that this is okay and I'm not re-recording again afterwards. So anyway, what's happened? So since last episode, I've actually done a couple hundred miles out in the car. I went off to the Anglia Owners Club annual meeting, an event. So it was a nice drive down to meet up with them on the Saturday, and we went for about a 25-mile or so run through some really nice countryside, and ended up at a canal and a canal museum. Had a little trip on a boat into a tunnel where they switched off all the lights. Everybody went ah, and then we backed out of the tunnel. And it was nice to get out with the car, have a little bit of a driving convoy with some other Anglias, and just start to enjoy the car again, because it's been a while since I've really done that. I haven't enjoyed the car for quite a while, and I'm starting, thankfully, to get back into that process. So none of the footage I really got from that day was any good. As I said, unfortunately, settings on the camera weren't quite right. I was still learning how to use the thing, but it ran really nicely. Things seemed to work. It was a bit wet, and the semi-slick tyres that I've put on it didn't kill me, didn't throw me off the road, so that's good. And yeah, the main thing actually that impressed me and impressed a lot of other people I showed it to were what I've done with the wipers, which I realise I haven't shown you yet. So let me grab the camera and I'll show you what I've done with the wipers. So wipers, what's so special about wipers? Well, so the old wipers that are on there, not, in my opinion, particularly brilliant. So here is a wiper that came off, so that's where it attaches, and then it's got this big metal frame, and then on either side a couple of little bits pointing off, and basically there's 4 points of contact where all these little silver tabs are at the end of those springs, and that's all there is. So it flexes to the window, but you've got basically 4 big points of contact, and the windscreen's quite curved actually on this, and I found that these didn't really do a particularly great job, even like brand new ones out the box. This one actually is damaged, it's not got all the rubber on it, so don't judge this one. And I thought, surely there must be something that I can do better than that. And I thought about my more modern cars, and aero style wiper blades that I think might have been Bosch who created them, but they're like a constant spring, all the way, everywhere is springy, so they just kind of fit the profile of the windscreen a little bit better. But they don't come with the same, none of them that I could find come with the same type of connection as the old metal ones. And this one is actually a rear wiper for, you know, a little hatchback or something, because obviously front wipers nowadays are about 18 foot long, because windscreens are about, you know, the size of a football pitch. So let me show you what I've done. When I flick the camera around, here we go. So we'll see how well this comes out on the film, but here is my aero wiper blade. And what I have done is, if it'll focus, there we go, is 3D printed an adapter that fits on the wiper arm. So this is a like bayonet fit. So there's a little tab there that locks it into place, and trying to do this one-handed is quite difficult. It's definitely a two-handed job normally. There we go. So on the arm is these little lugs, and then the wiper itself has this little moving bit. Again, all 3D printed. That will lock on. I'm doing this all backwards, all one-handed. Definitely not the way to do it. So that will go on there, and I apologise again for the dodginess of my videoing skills right at this moment. So that goes onto there, pushes on. I promise it pushes on, and then locks down into place and shouldn't fall off. That's not quite locked into place properly. But anyway, that then goes on the windscreen, and I'll prove, look, locked on. I can't pull that one off. I just haven't got that one set right yet. But then that goes on, and they sit really nicely on the windscreen, and basically it clears the windscreen, which I found these old metal style ones don't. So if you have an Anglia and you want to sort out your wiper blades, these will be available to buy through the Owners Club very shortly, as soon as I pull my finger out and print some and get them sent off to the spares department. But they will be available for sale very, very soon. And personally, I think a massive improvement over this old style. Obviously the looks, depends what you want to go for. Do you want the big chrome look, looking original? If so, stick with those. But for me, function over form is definitely what I want. Okay, so other than the wipers, that's about the only real new thing that's on the car since I think really I last showed you anything major. So the main focus is over the next few days is going to be getting prepped for Street Weekend, which for me is a week and a half away. For you is like tomorrow. So hopefully this video will be coming out to you on the day before Street Weekend. And there's a few things that I want to kind of sort out. So I need to sort out the cruise control. I managed to get a little bit of it dialed in on the way on the Anglia Club weekend. So having the electronic throttle body and the wheel speed sensors means that I can have cruise control, which is a really nice thing because it's a bit of a pig to drive. The seating position and the pedal position is not the best. It's a little bit uncomfortable, so on the longer journeys it is definitely very nice to have the cruise control. And because everything, obviously with the aftermarket ECU, needs to be set up from scratch, there's just been that bit of a task to get that going. It's closer, it's oscillating a little bit, and it's a little bit at some speeds, but it's better than it was, definitely, and so a little bit more of that to tune in. I want to try to put some cup holders in, because I noticed on that journey that not having anywhere to stick a bottle of water or coffee, after stopping at services, is a bit of a pain. It's something that I've got very used to in the modern cars, is having that cup holder. because we're so on the run, we're always moving. There's never a chance to, life is just so fast paced nowadays. There's never a chance to just kind of, you don't go somewhere, sit and have your drink. You're getting it and you're going straight away. So that's not really what I want. It's what we have to do in this modern world, it seems, but yeah, it's difficult to do without cup holders, so that's one thing I want to do. And the little panel in the dash, underneath the dash, that I started to put some buttons and switches into, has become a bit cluttered as I've added more and more, so I want to do some kind of nice centre console and cup holder to take up that space and hide some of the blower motor mechanism as well. I have started to pull out the dash panel that I was just talking about. Say it's not the prettiest, it's not been laid out the nicest, and trying to think of something to do in the centre console, hence some CAD is underway. Maybe something like that as a basis, and we'll see what goes from there. That's my primary aim at the moment, and sort out camera holders and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to be working on, hopefully over the next few days, and I will bring you back in as and when. Right, so made a small bit of progress. So I have now a very grubby piece of cardboard, which is starting to become the shape of it. So that will go somewhere around there, replacing the aluminium panel I had before, and then it will come down at a bit of an angle, come across, and there'll be a bit of depth to it so that I can put in cup holders and maybe a little tray to throw my keys in as well, and plenty of space on here. Obviously it's way too wide at the moment, you know, it's massively overshooting the tunnel, but starting to be happy with the shape. Okay, so we've got a rough idea of what I might do. So that box is about 20 by 20 by 5. I think it could do with being a little bit deeper, just, you know, for the taller drinks, so they've got a little bit more stability. I'm thinking maybe another 2 or 3 centimetres on that, and then it will swing up something like that. And so it's been a few days since the last clip, and I have been very busy, not actually with the car, but sitting upstairs on the computer. I am not a particularly good 3D modeler yet, so things that probably you'll look at, and or some of you will look at and go, that was really easy, how comes that took you 28 hours? Noob here. So some CAD templating to get the rough dimensions and actually, you know, figure it out in place, and then many hours on the computer trying to figure out how to draw that up into something that I liked, and I have come up with something. So first off, we have a panel. So this replaces the old aluminium one. So there's holes for the gauges, the switches, and all the various things, and I've of course embossed the logo, which I will highlight at some point very shortly. And then the cup holdery bit. So this is going to be my cup holder and centre console. So I've got 2 sections for 2 cups, because I'm hoping that I might have a passenger at some point, and then a little cubby hole to throw my wallet and keys and change and all the various other things that I otherwise have floating around either on the floor or on the passenger seat. So the idea is that there's that, and there's that will sit at a bit of an angle. I did try to do all of these as, you know, single printed pieces, but as I said, my modelling skill's not that great, so I have that, and without throwing it on the floor, a little infill piece as well to take up the gap that creates, put a nice little rounded edge on it, so I can fix all of those together. And then the other thing that I really like is that I have got some little flexible bits that I've printed as well that will sit inside there with a little locking ring as well that should all snap together, and that will then allow me to have a variety of sizes of cups or cans or whatever in there without them sliding around. So I'm quite happy with that. So obviously the next thing I need to do is get all this attached to the car. So that's what I will be doing next. So here we have the finished product. Just obviously need to sort out my power for my laptop, but there we go. We have water and fuel gauges, hazard light switch, heated front screen switch, heater blower motor, brake adjuster, logo obviously, and then a little cubby hole and the cup holders with a little polyurethane, no TPU inserts that are nicely held in by that ring around there. So overall I am pretty happy with that. We will see how it goes when I actually get out on the road with it. So that is pretty much the prep done for the car. Mechanically it's been absolutely fine since I went away with the Anglia Owners Club a few weeks ago, so I've not touched a single thing. It worked. I've parked it up in the garage since, and that is it. So yeah, nothing else to touch there. The final thing that I need to add are some stickers. So part of Street Weekend we'll get given a race number, and mine is SW465. I think the 465 part has been taken from my number plate. So I have some stickers that I just need to affix. One on the rear window around about here for Santa Pod, and then one on the side window here for Melbourne Raceway. Towers are obviously in different places. So yeah, so all that's left is to just stick those stickers on, and then basically I am done. So there we have it. Prep for Street Weekend is now complete, and all that I need to do now is get the car out, figure out all the stuff that I'm going to take with me, get it in the garage, sort it out and figure out where on earth I'm going to put it. Now thankfully I do have some friends joining me, so they are going to take some of the stuff that I can't fit in the car. But the aim obviously is that the car has to drive to between everywhere, so I might as well try to at least load it up with a lot of stuff. But yeah, there we go. I am really excited now. It is, well, Wednesday, and I'm going tomorrow, so I need to go and get this video edited for you. And the next time you see me will be after Street Weekend, where hopefully me and my friends will have got lots of footage. Hopefully the car will make it all in one piece, and I will have hopefully lots of fantastic stories to share with you. So thank you for sticking with me while I do a small bit of prep for Street Weekend, and those of you who are coming along to watch and spectate, I hope to see you there. Those of you who are competing, if you see this video, good luck to everybody, and please come and say hi if you're around. And yeah, I will see you all in the next episode of Garry's Garage with the story of Street Weekend. Bye everyone.